police shot dead today a 19-year-old man of Morvant. Again, the shooting has triggered angry reaction from residents in the area who set fire to tires and blocked the road. They claim police brutality. The shooting death of Shaquille McCoy has left yet another grieving family calling for justice. Peter Christopher went to the area this afternoon and files this report.
The aftermath of protests at Morvant Road, Morvant. But with emotions still running high following the shooting death of Shaquille McCoy, residents say burning debris may return to the roadway again. The residents say McCoy, 21, was working on a drain under the supervision of a contractor when police officers approached him at around 10:30 a.m. They say police fired upon the unarmed McCoy.
A lady man right there, cutting steel and reach right here. And just so I hear gunshots. The man just walk up to the man and just blaze up the man just so. Yeah, 3 days I started the job. You could see the steel and them now started bend on this thing. Because the man was cutting up a steel, he just walk up just so a bus shot at the man just so. And the man have only PP uniform now. He ain't just like our is, you know. He had all this PP uniform now.
Police, however, painted a different story. According to their reports, the Northeastern Division Task Force responded to reports of 3 armed men off Morvant Road that leads to Chaconia Avenue. The officers went to intercept the men. The officers said when they arrived, a shootout occurred. McCoy was shot and taken to the Port of Spain General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. His accomplices, police said, fled the scene. Residents were not impressed by the police's versions of events, and the protests raged on. Later in the day, CNews understands police attempted to detain this man for contaminating a crime scene, but relented as media cameras focused on the incident. McCoy's relatives, in particular, were grieved by the turn of events. McCoy, a father of a daughter who was less than a year old, was known in the area as DJ Spinpaul and was expected to host an excursion party in the coming month.
I don't know how my mother feeling, to tell you the honest truth. Up to now, me have called she to tell she what is going on. I don't know how she go feel. You know that way?
Nelisha McCoy believed her cousin was targeted because of comments made on a television talk show on Wednesday.
The reason was that yesterday on news, while there was Alexander show or something, it had a boy that was asking why he have a gun, and he make a remark that he had the gun because people from on this ends want to kill him. And he called out my cousin, the deceased, and he called out, well, his brother, right?
His brother asked if the theory was indeed correct, and police were indeed trying to arrest him. Why wasn't a non-lethal approach used?
He walk off and the officer just pop his gun. The officer pop his gun and they start to open fire, right? Them start to open fire now, which my brother take off. You know that way he take off, gun running. Maybe pick up at the short space of time, and that time he open fire. Them leave for most part of them was and run wrong to catch him going down the river now. Start to open more fire.
McCoy is the 24th person to be gunned down by police officers for the year thus far, and the 8th person to be shot dead by police in the last 31 days. Peter Christopher, CNews.
And calls for justice from families of those slain by police did not start just this year. Peter Christopher joins us now in studio to tell us about similar situations. Good evening, Peter.
Good evening, Samantha. And just 1 week ago, the mother of another man killed by police, Wendy Ann Huggins, staged a protest in front of the Hall of Justice. Calls for justice are coming from families of those slain by police, but how often has it been delivered?
It's unfair because I have too much black clothes. I went to my mother's funeral just the other day and she got stabbed in tongue. She got stabbed in tongue, and now it's this, and then it could be something else. So my family tree just shortening every minute, and it's not to say bad boy.
A cry for justice which has so commonly been heard in the past 10 years. Many who felt aggrieved by police shootings. There have been several cases of police shootings, but in many cases, trials have been slow in progress. The 2011 shooting deaths of Abigail Johnson, Alana Duncan and Karen Eccles took 2 years to head to the courtroom. The trial is still in progress. But in completed trials, the perception stands that officers usually escape punishment. In 2006, Officer Sunil Tota Maraj was acquitted of the murder of Morvant Cato during the 2005 Point Fortin Borough Day celebrations. 2 years later, Police Constable Anthony Sylvester was freed in relation to the shooting death of Sheldon Devine in November 2007. But police haven't always escaped censure. In 2006, police officer Dave Bernard was initially sentenced to death after being found guilty of the murder of Kevin Cato. The Court of Appeal eventually ruled that he served 15 years after he successfully had his sentence thrown out by the Privy Council. Burnett had shot Cato during the party outrages in Red in 2004. The Police Complaints Authority has been set up to deal with such matters, and it has been a busy year for them thus far, as in the past 2 months the relatives of Naeem Dean, Nathaniel Long, as well as Joel Aparicio and now McCoy have cried foul. Will justice be served in this case? Is left to be seen.